Hello, hello. All right, we're back on lesson 2.3.1 and problem 2, TAC 80. All right, let's see what it says here. Write a converse for each conditional statement below. Then, assuming the original statement is true, decide if the converse must be true or not. So let's go search up converse logic, which I think we've actually looked at before. And let's just confirm what that is. So it says, for the implication if P then Q, the converse is if Q then P. So what does that mean? So that means if we're saying the original sentence is if the base angles of a triangle are congruent, then it is isosceles. So it's if this one, then this one, then the converse is if something is isosceles, then the base, well, I guess we should probably say if a triangle is isosceles, then the base angles are congruent. So you basically reverse it. So this becomes the if, so right now this is the conclusion, and in this statement, in the converse, that statement is the conditional. So if a triangle is isosceles, then the base angles are congruent. Up here, it's if the base angles of a triangle are congruent, then it is isosceles. So that's the converse. So, is the converse true? If a triangle is isosceles, the base angles are congruent. Sounds true to me. So, yes. All right, let's see what they say. To write a converse, switch the hypothesis and conclusion. Okay. If a triangle is isosceles, then its base angles are congruent. Always true. Cool. All right, good to go. So that was the first part. So I guess this is going to be more kind of thinking again, not just straightforward numbers. So if a polygon is a triangle, then the sum of the angles in the polygon is 180 degrees. All right, so let's write it down. So if a polygon is a triangle, then the sum of the interior angles is 180 degrees. And I'll put that on a new line so that we can see the difference between the hypothesis and the conclusion, or the conditional and the conclusion. So now let's reverse them to get the converse. So if the sum of the interior angles of a polygon are 180 degrees, then the polygon is a triangle. Seems right. I can't think of anything else, any other shapes that have 180 degrees and are not triangles. Let's see. So triangle's got 180. What's a rectangle have? 90, 90, 90, 90. That's 360. What about a pentagon? So each of those is bigger than 90 degrees. And actually, one of the ways to see how many degrees are in here is to actually fit it with triangles. So how many triangles fit in a pentagon? Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3 triangles. Right? So actually, there's going to be 180 degrees plus 180 degrees plus 180 degrees. So I think there's actually going to be like 3, 4, 500 and something like that. Definitely more than 180. Yeah. And then I think if you add even more sides, there's just even more, because each of these angles, the bigger the more sides that we get, the wider or bigger these angles get, right? So like, let's look at a hexagon. Do I have a hexagon in here? Hexagon. Ah, here's 6 sides. See, each of those is even bigger than the pentagon. See? Look at the angle there. That's even bigger, right? That's even wider. So there's got to be even more degrees in a hexagon. So if the polygon is a triangle, then the sum of the angles in the polygon is 180 degrees. If the sum of the angles in the polygon are 180 degrees, then the polygon is a triangle. That seems right to me. I can't think of any exceptions. All right. Okay. So the next one. If I clean my room, then my mom will be happy. If I clean my room, then my mom will be happy. Well, that's probably true. I guess you can ask your mom. All right, so let's do the converse. So if my mom is happy, then I cleaned my room. I guess we could do past tense. If my mom is happy, then I cleaned my room. I guess she could be happy for other reasons, couldn't she? I mean, that probably helps. But I think this one probably is maybe a little bit more questionable because your mom could be happy for other reasons. Like maybe you made her a meal or got her a gift or gave her a hug or, were especially thoughtful, something like that. Not necessarily just because you cleaned your room. All right. Well, man, that was kind of an interesting set of questions. But we're done with this one. Let's move on to the next one.